Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here, and thank you for taking time to listen. Today, I'm speaking about a humanitarian crisis that is still unfolding. The displacement of women and girls in Cambodia due to the border conflicts and Thai military invasions. Before I begin our live show, I would like to invite everyone to join and support the Khmer People Congress in Massachusetts, taking place on Saturday and Sunday, March 14 and 15. Let me pull up, share the slide. I hope you can see this. The Khmer People Congress, Khmer Anta Samajit Sahakum Khmer, exists to bring our community together for a better Cambodia, one ground in dignity, safety, accountability, and shared future for our people. So as you can see, the Khmer People Congress flyer is intentionally designed to reflect collective participations and share ownership. The present of many NGO logo is not accidental, it's not incidental. It is a clear statement that this Congress is built by and for the Khmer community. Though collaborations among organizations, not by any single entity. So each logo represents an organization that is willing to stand publicly with the community, support open dialogue, and take responsibility in building a unified platform for the Khmer voices. This visibility of unity is essential to the credibility and purpose of the Khmer People Congress. So we welcome and encourage additional NGO, community organizations, and partners to share visions of a better Cambodia to join this collective effort. Organizations are invited to participate, to collaborate, and sponsor the event by adding their logo to the flyer as a demonstration of solidarity and commitment. Unity is not achieved by standing apart. It is achieved by standing together. A public community-driven initiative cannot be led invisibly. Leadership without visibility creates confusions. If an organization play a central role, the community deserves to know who's standing with them. So once again, I invite you to join the event in Massachusetts on March 14 and 15, so Saturday and Sunday, to show your solidarity. It is community organizations and partner to join the Khmer People Congress. So your collaborations is very important. And please sponsor the event as well. So the goal, again, for a better Cambodia. So let's back to our topic. So I hope you join us. Please contact us, contact me, contact Wong Kum Hon, that means Pauline or anyone, and we'll be more than happy to talk about why we having the Khmer People Congress, Khmer meaning Samajit Sahakum Khmer, which everybody joining to make this event really great. And as you can see, many NGO is joining. So this is probably the first time. And because we can see that Cambodia need help and we all want a better Cambodia. So let's back to the show. Today, I want to ask you to pause and listen. In Cambodia, thousands of Cambodian women and children have been forced to flee their home because of the border conflicts with Thailand. They ran from bombardment. They ran with their children. Some ran while pregnant. Many people ran with nothing but fear. Even after To ceasefire, many Cambodian families cannot return home. Roads are blocked by metal shipping containers and barbed wire. Military barriers remain. Intimidations and fear remain. So Cambodian mothers are still living in overcrowded plastic shelter, school, and temple. Cambodian teenage girls live without privacy or safety. Cambodian children sleep in places never meant to be home. This is not what peace looks like. Displacement is not just a loss of a home, it is a loss of safety, it is the loss of dignity, it is the loss of childhood. So today, my guest and I are speaking for Cambodian women and children who cannot speak freely for themselves. I am asking you to see them, to hear them, and to remember that peace is not real if family cannot go home safely. So this is what this lie about. I am actually kicking off the show the end of February because in beginning of March 8th is International Women's Month. So I am committed this week and next week until the end of International Women's Month to be here every week, so that way we can speak why we need a show about women. Why are we talking about women? Because and the first topic is displaced women in Cambodia. Before I go any further by myself, I want to introduce my two wonderful guests who I have worked with for many years and have guided me, advised me, and where I am today. So let me bring them out. ជំរាបសួរអ្នកមីង and ជំរាបសួរបងស៊ីតា
ជំរាបសួរ
How are you doing? បងស៊ីតា cannot hear you.
Okay. ចាជំរាបសួរ Linda បង Pauline ចាជំរាបសួរទាំងអស់គ្នាចា
Okay, let's start with Net Ming. Pauline, how are you, Net Ming?
ចា well, I'm fine. I'm from Modesto, California. That's where I'm talking to you from, and today is a pretty nice weather. Thank you for asking, and I'm excited to hear you talk about the People's Congress. Excited.
Yes, it's happening next month, the middle of next month on Saturday and Sunday. If you are around Massachusetts, please, I know people drive 10 hours just to join. Please join us at the event. It's joined, like you said, the flyer joined by many NGOs. So it shows our unity because our country, which is the country that we were born at, is in Cambodia, is suffering. So we have to be on the same page. We're going to be sitting down and discuss and what can be done, what can make Cambodia a better Cambodia. So Bonsita, how are you?
Hi, thank you for inviting me today. Good to be here again. I'm great. Today the weather is pretty mild, nice, not cold, not hot, just perfect for this time of the year. Yeah, thank you.
Just to let our audience knows, we are in California, so we are very lucky, very, very lucky compared to the East Coast. We are not rubbing it in. It's very nice weather. We enjoy, I enjoy my lunchtime walking, sitting, getting fresh air, but I hope the people, our family in the East Coast keep warm.
Stay warm, yeah.
Stay warm.
Stay warm. Yeah. They will, if not now, they will get in a few months.
Just get through this week or maybe get through tomorrow too. Then they should be good with all the snow.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so as both of you know, March 8th is International Women's Day. So I am kicking off the show today to talk about women. And one of the main issues that facing us right now is the border issue. And when we're talking about border issue, we have to talk about women and girls that are currently still in plastic shelter, plastic shelter. And in Cambodia right now, it's hot and dry and dusty. The situation is nobody want to live, and no, and even though after two ceasefire, our audience going to be asking why they couldn't go back home. They're not allowed to go back home. They cannot go back home. Would Wang Sita, would you like to elaborate a little bit why they couldn't go back home, so that way our audience wouldn't just listen to me?
Okay. Yeah, the second conflict that happened in December of 2025, Thai soldier, I don't know if you can use the word invade. They, the conflicts, the shooting happened, and they came, pushed back Khmer soldier many kilometer into Cambodian land. So as the result of that, the people who lived on the border had to evacuate to inner land, to further inside the country. So they live in the temple, they live in under the tree and anywhere, just to, where they had to displace from their home to go to a safer place from the bomb, from the shell, from the rocket that Thai drop on with F-16 on those borderline. They did not discriminate between soldier versus people versus school, temple. They destroyed everything. So, just in case, I'm sure there's many people around the world already seen many news, but just in case those who have not seen the news, the real news, which many of the news out in the international news they get from Thailand side, but the reality, they should hear some more news or see some more. The international news should be going to the Cambodian side too, to see the damage, the displacement of the women, children, innocent children, innocent women, like you mentioned before. Some are pregnant, give birth during the evacuation and stuff like that too. So, yeah, according to Google, well, I'll go into a little bit more detail later on, but yeah, that's what's happening right now in Cambodia.
So to sum up, Bong Sita, in the middle of 2025 till the end December 2025, the entire villages or partial of the villages in Preh Vihear, Ador Min Chai, Bante Min Chai, Siem Reap, Battambang, and nearby provinces were forced to flee. Family left in a hurry with nothing. Some ran at night, left without some left while bomb was still falling from the sky. Even after ceasefire were announced, fear did not end. So because two ceasefire happen, do not automatically mean safety. So let's talk about the reality using a confirmed humanitarian data. According to United Nations and Cambodian Disaster Authority, more than 1 million Cambodians have been displaced by the border conflict with Thailand since 2025. So the middle to the end. Women and girls make up the majority, and an estimate of 700,000 or more. So these are mother, pregnant women, teenage girls, and children forced to flee bombing town, bomb their home, living in and currently living in an overcrowded plastic shelter. Some lucky to be staying in school, some lucky to be staying in pagoda, but they all live in a plastic shelter, often without privacy, safety, and basic hygiene. So that's the current situation right now. that means Pauline, she's really good. She's very detailed about the mental issues of women who are facing this situation. Have you noticed anything, or what is the predictions that they are basically cooped up in this plastic shelter, cannot go anywhere, even though the ceasefire is happened in December? We are almost 3 months into the second ceasefire, and they still cannot able to go home.
Okay. So, well, thank you so much for having me on the show. And to piggyback on what Sitat said, yeah, I wish the international news would also go to Cambodia and, broadcast what's reality is inside of Cambodia and with these people. That's one hand. On the other hand, would the Cambodian government allowed independent news to go and broadcast? Only recently did Hun Manet come and said Thai invade Cambodia. Before that, they weren't even allowed to use invade. So not only we are oppressed by Thai, the soldier invading our land, we are also oppressed by our own current government in Cambodia, not to say anything, not to fight back. And so you have this trauma on top of trauma by the oppressor, the outsider, the Thai, and trauma by your own government who are supposed to be protecting you. So, with the statistic you just said, estimated to be 1 million people displaced and 700,000, girls and women, all displaced people, are going through trauma. But particularly the women and girls. Women carry a larger burden, I believe, in providing, it's hardwired in our brain to provide, for our youngs. And then the girls, they're going through puberty without privacy. There's not even toilet that you could go defecate and urinate by the tree, if there's any. Is that private? No. And what about the feminine napkins and all that? And so right now, the research have shown, being a psychotherapist, and so right now the body is too busy to live. They're not going to trauma right now. They're going to survival mode. However, they will have problem sleeping. They will have problem, with intrusive thoughts. And when things settle a little bit is when the trauma comes. The trauma, when the body is feeling a little bit safe, is when the trauma comes up. Okay, so right now we're busy living. They're busy living, and I feel so bad because there's not enough food, there's not enough water. Not only not enough food and not enough water, not privacy, and then the dignity. Where's the dignity of girls and women to go and to clean themselves, and boys too, not just our children alike, and they're deprived of school, deprived of healthcare. We're grading a generation of people coming up with trauma. Okay. I wish I have something positive to say. I mean, I will, because children are resilient, but
Yeah.
We all know that over 600 schools have been closed due to the invasions. Bong Sita, you were young, very young in the Khmer Rouge era. Do you see anything similarity what they going through, or can you help the next generation understand the drama or the flashback that many people, especially the people that in America that try to heal from the Khmer Rouge, and now they feeling the same anxiety again?
Yes, of course. I can speak from my experience. When during Khmer Rouge, after the Khmer Rouge, I was a teenager, and for many years when I came to United States, growing up in United States as a teenager and as a young adult, I had nightmare for many years. And talking about, Bong Pauline mentioned about not just girl, but boys, my husband too, we went through like many negative life experience trauma, which like my husband had. Now that I look back, he had PTSD, and I had nightmares for so many years about going to toilets, being, no privacy, and just couldn't, because there's no privacy, you couldn't go. You had to hold, because being a young person, a young teenager, a girl, and so talking about trauma many years afterward, I still had nightmare, to my young adulthood. Now I'm better. I don't have those nightmare anymore. Like Bong Pauline said, we are resilient, especially when we go through hardship during life experience, which I did. And I hope in the near future, those children, those young women in Cambodia who live under the tent right now, will get a chance to go back home, and the conflicts don't last as long. So, the trauma don't affect them as much as during Khmer Rouge era. Hopefully, that will end soon.
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh,
Sorry. Thank you, Bong. Thank you for sharing. And yes, the topic of privacy for teenage girls. I mean, not just girl, women in general. We need our privacy, especially in our culture where we are taught to be secretly about ourselves. We don't expose ourselves. So when living in so many people, we're talking about 1 million people, different location, but still it crammed together, it crowded. It's will affect, and thank you for sharing that, Bong. Even though it's happened to you, you feel that 40, 50 years ago, but now it's coming back. It's the same topic. So when many people look at this current situation, they get flashback. They said, "Oh, this is exactly what happened to them at the camp. This is what happened to them during Khmer Rouge." So, I mean, Pauline, you have anything to share about any your experience like this? Anything similar to Bang Sita?
I think hearing Sita, we probably are around the same age, because I too remember, being taken apart from my family. I joined the children mobile team, and that time I was 6. My parents were separated from each other, sort of to prevent procreations for a little bit. So my father was sent away, my mother was sent away, and to care for the young. And I was old enough, like 6 years old, taken away to a children mobile team so that we could be re-educated. And we weren't allowed, it's so funny that you said that. We weren't allowed to cry. We weren't allowed to express any emotion. That's what happened now. I follow some of the news, some of the women, and was holding, one woman was holding her child, and she was crying, and she said one of the official came and told her not to cry, and not to broadcast any negative image of the war. This is Cambodian government saying that. And even one of our students saying that her nephew served in the military and he died, and the government official come and say, no, you don't broadcast anything. So when Sita was saying that, I flashed back to how we weren't allowed to express our emotions. And so after the Pol Pot was over, we came to the camp, and I was walking on dead body, like And it was like you were so numb that you're just so worried about survival. You say, oh, there's another dead body. You just walk, and then looking back, coming to a safe place is when your body is trying to heal, and that's when you experience all this flashback, nightmares, intrusive thoughts, and sleeplessness. And I was always dreaming of somebody's chasing me for the longest time. So I think, and having seeing your countrymen going through this again, we have to be careful with the people that are here too, because they also experience trauma vicariously, because we've been there before. So, I've always, working in our field and also being human being, we have to have hope. And so let's hope there's some activity that we can instill, some hope installation, so that trauma isn't too great, that we can share the burden of this suffering, if you will.
Thank you. I mean, we hit on a lot of topic. The other topic that I noticed, this pregnant woman, I see many baby born in the plastic shelter because many hospitals closed down due to the conflicts. During pregnancy, women mental health is very important. Either Bong Sitao, can answer that. How would that impact the baby, and how that impact mother that actually just gave birth?
So you want to go, and then I'll go after you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. Of course, for us as an adult, without a youngster, without a little baby attached, we still go through a lot of trauma, during this displacement. But imagine with the little one in your hand, or have to give birth during that displacement, the hardship you cannot imagine. How we all have children. We know how hard it is going through labor, and then have to feed the children. And now the little one, the one that being born in the camp, they don't have enough food. They don't have enough good shelter. They have to go through the rain. In December, there were a lot of rain, and that's when the second displacement happened. And many of them had to sleep in like you said, in the tent, plastic tent, and there's no protection, just rain, wind, everything. You can just, close your eye and imagine when you had your little one in the comfort of your room, in the comfort of your house, but imagine all those taken away. You had to live under a tent, wind, rain, and not enough food to eat. It's just overwhelming, the long-term effect. That's, I will let Pauline, she's an expert on that. How will that affect the people who have youngster, especially give birth during the displacement? How will it affect them compared to people who just, a regular woman without having the youngster?
Okay, well, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity. So, like you said, it's hard enough already to being a woman, and let alone having newborn. Okay, and at time of atrocity, ethics tends to go down a little bit. So when giving birth, the mother is so numbed already, not feeling, not getting the help, and also going, maybe she's having other children to attend to, so she's not able to be present, being there for the baby, not let alone herself. And because she is so stressed, she might not even have milk to feed the baby. Okay, so the baby is not only starving of attention, and there's rhesus monkey that done some study that touch the mother's touch to the baby help the baby thrive in health and in mental health and physical health. And if she's not even getting that herself, how is she able to if provide, right? So the long-term effect, you have this mother who's going through trauma, and then the baby who's probably being neglected. I can only extrapolate this. When the first wave of a Cambodian refugee came to the US, the mothers, the parents, but especially the mother, so preoccupied with their own trauma. They weren't there for the children. They would feed, they would cook, but they weren't there emotionally. So their children sought out attention elsewhere. And that's when they join the gang. They get into activity that are maladaptive. So I like to be optimistic, but at this point, we need help. We need all hands on deck to help these young mothers and also girls. I think girls and women are more vulnerable, although all displaced people are, because, we're prone by the gender that we are, no privacy, we're prone to being abused, mental, physical, and sexual abuse too, too crowded. Okay. So go back to the woman and child. Not too hopeful right now. Sorry to say that.
But at least, even though we're not hopeful, we are bringing attention to the issues.
Yes.
We cannot. The silence is not allowable. It's not acceptable at all. So
Yes.
Our little segment that we just talked about, Sita, and that means speak is about pregnant women. So new mother. So pregnant women have no access to prenatal care, proper nutrition, or safe place to give birth. So some, like Ming said, Mongsita said, are forced to deliver in temporary plastic shelter. In December was raining. Now we are in the end of February. We are going to March. We are going to April. We are getting close to Khmer New Year. What happened in Khmer New Year? Dry, dusty, and now it's dry. You can see it right now. You can, from the new, it's very, very dry, and now that it's very, very hot. So
Your voice, we cannot hear.
No access to clean water, no access to hygiene supply, and difficulty access to food when it's come to baby. When you have no access to nutrient, the mother has no access to nutrient, breastfeeding is difficult. So infection, illness, and emotional drama that we've been talking about, it's all part of this emergency situation that require our urgent attentions and protections. Even though we might not able to be down there and actually help, we need to amplify our voice. We need to speak about it. And that's why we are kicking off the show, that what is important to women, what's important to girl, because it's not about war. It's not only war, because when we said that 1 million people being displaced and 700,000 people are women and girl, that is a big proportions affecting women.
That's right. And women are mothers, and these girls are going to be the future mother of our nation. And like they said, empower girl and you have a good nation. Empower women and you have a good family and all wise, and go on and so forth. So okay, toward the end of the show, we'll talk about some of the things that we can, the people there can do. But I really like the way that you said, we have to bring up this to the open, because they cannot do that. Let us be the voice for them. you know, because they can't speak freely. And I hope that they be allowed to express their emotion, because that would be one huge outlet. That if you need to cry, you cry. If you said, you know, I left all my belonging because the war came, and I left everything, like Linda said at the beginning of the show, everything was left. They didn't have a time to get even their you know, hard-earned money all their life. They left behind. So you know what? I'm not surprised, and some may become suicidal. And so allow them that outlet. You know, don't say, oh, please don't say that, because it'll make us look bad. You know, let emotion be shared. Let the outlet be, and let us talk.
We talking about trauma, what people are currently facing. What are some of the signs of those trauma? When we see that, oh, that's the effect of the displacement, how would you identify someone that, oh, we all know we stress, everyone is under pressure, just how much pressure people can hold? How would you actually know that, oh, this is the sign of stress? First of all, there's no fun thing to live under a plastic tent, so they are allowed to stress, like Namin Pauline said, they are allowed to express, but how do you show emotion? How basically, I don't even know how to calm someone down like that.
Okay, so are you saying that how would we know somebody is stressed, and how we can assess?
Yeah, sign of trauma. How do you assess this?
So you know, and Sita can chime in. You know, okay, for children, you know, they're more irritable, you know, and they lose focus, and they may be having problems sleeping. They may act out, and you know, they may argue more, being more defiant for children. And for adults, they may, you know, have like intrusive thoughts, or all of a sudden they're sitting and all of a sudden they get jumpy, you know, they get jumpy, or they get tearful for no reason, or sometimes they may even bust out laughing, you know, of extreme anxiety. It can be that, or they can be very difficult to get along with. Normally that person is very nice, but now they're, you know, all this very overwhelmed, and they get sad, and nightmares. You know, they may have sleep paralysis, or they may be talking in their sleep. They may walk in their sleep, you know. And yeah, Sita, what are some of the things that you could think of that?
Yeah, you cover pretty much not everything, but a lot already. And I can speak from experience, not just my experience, but I work with the elderly refugee in my town, and especially the Khmer people who went through, you know, the Khmer Rouge, like we talked about, and then the afterward, and they come over here. Some of them still have those experience. They never get over it with. Some of them still, you know, have nightmare during their sleep. You know, I have a couple who report the husband sleeping and hitting, you know, like, so the wife cannot sleep in the same bed because sometimes she would get hit. But he doesn't know that, but he just know when he get up and he see a hole in a wall, and or his wife got a bruise on, you know, her arm or her face or something, you know. So it's a long-term effect, and many of the Khmer people went through the war, Khmer Rouge War, still experience those trauma until now. You know, 40, almost 50 years already. And from, like when Pauline mentioned before, the intensity depend on the resilience of each individual, how much it affect the individual. So some's really severe, and some's really they can recover. Like for us, for me, I consider I can recover. I don't have those nightmare anymore. I used to had nightmare, people chase and go to the bathroom, couldn't go to the bathroom, all that stuff for many years until like my early adulthood. I don't have those anymore. It's a blessing that I can recover from that, but many people still have those, and I work with them every day. Yeah, it's a sad reality. Some people go to the extreme, but some they withdraw. They don't talk. They don't communicate. They just hold the emotion, and that's not healthy either. Like right now, Bong Pauline said about people in Cambodia, they're not allowed to talk, and that's a dangerous thing. It's better to talk out, to express their emotion, and at an early when the incident happened, they allowed to talk, they allowed to express their emotion. It's better that way for a long-term emotional well-being. So yeah.
Thank you, Naming, and thank you, Bong. I probably didn't want to touch on it, but I'm going to touch on it. Bong Sita, when started the show, she's questioning, should we call it invasions? It is plain invasions. It is no question about it is Thai military invading Cambodia. As of right now, I believe that's the coming out right now is like 45 locations that the innocent Cambodian people that living in those villages cannot return home. So it is a plain invasions, and we will call it what it is, an invasions. Shipping container, barbed wire, military presence, many people that are displaced, still displaced because they cannot return to their home, they cannot return to their farm, children cannot return to their school, and that is plain invasion because Thai military is staying where they at, where the ceasefire announced. So 45 locations of Cambodia land in the border being taken by Thai military. So our audience comments and Bong Sita question about it, we will call what it is. And in order for us to be true, to be, we will call what the reality is on the ground. We will say what the facts is, and that is invasions. Ming and Bong Sita can chime in.
I agree with you. Call is what it is. It's an invasion, and an invasion, one thing by the Thai and our leader also that need to help our displaced people, displaced Cambodia, and give them proper care, proper assistance, proper, food, shelter, and also some funding, because these people lost a lot already. And, I think that your show, allowed us to share, to act on their behalf. And let's hope that more people can hear. And Linda, if they want to help, how would they help? Like, people hear the show, they say, oh my gosh, I want to help those people. How can they help? Who can they contact?
Okay, first of all, you want to help, number one, share our show, share out what we're doing. CNRPA is a platform that first of all, you have to talk about politics. You cannot live without touching about politics, because this invasion is about politics. Anything in your life, the street in front of your house is a politics. So when someone telling you that you are not allowed to talk about politics, you are not allowed to discuss about politics, that person is oppressing you, suppressing you, and you need to talk about it, because every decision affecting your life is being made in politics. So please talk about politics. Share this show, share our show. Number two, we have a Khmer Democratic Rescue Foundations. We have a website, kdrf.org. We have a Facebook, Khmer Democratic Rescue Foundations. We have a phone number, we have a Zelle number, we have that you can donate. Those money will go directly to Cambodia, go directly to help the people are being displaced. If you donate a lot, you can do it tax deductible because Khmer Democratic Rescue Foundation is a 501c3. The more you donate, the more you can deduct. It's not a tax credit, it's a tax deductible. Meaning if you in a higher bracket, you're not going to be able to claim all what I want to be clear. You're not going to be able to claim all you donate, but it's a tax deductible to help you soften up your tax. But yeah, so please contact me, contact me, Pauline Bongsita, and like I said, kdrf.org or Khmer Democratic Rescue Foundations. And we are founded by women in America and Canada, by women for women. So please reach out if you have any questions.
Yes, please reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out and help. Make a difference.
Yes. A dollar for us is very little, but it go a long way for them over there that we can pitch in and help. I also want to add that earlier I said whether you call invasion or not, because in the international news, it keeps saying conflicts. For us, we call it invasion, of course, because conflicts don't move your border 30 kilometer. That's about almost 20 miles into somebody else's land. That's, for us, it's, of course, it's invasion. That's for the international news to realize that is not a conflict anymore. Yeah, even though they are still call it a conflict, that's what it is. And but because of the international news cannot go inside Cambodia to get the accurate news, they only hear it from the Thai, and the Thai say whatever they say. That's what the international news spit out. And but as we know, Thai news, I don't want. It's fake news.
It's one-sided. It's a
one-sided news. They need the international news need to go inside Cambodia and report the real news. At least get from both sides. See what's going on. And the other things that I also want to say is that the conflicts inside Cambodia, you already mentioned that not just we getting the conflict, the trauma from the war, but we also get oppressed from our own government. That is another sad reality. So we need the international news to come in and then lift that up, help us, lift that up, report the real news, and then so everybody can see around the world, not how we are how the Cambodian women, children, people who being displaced will suffer in the real time.
Well, thank you, Bong, and thank you, Namin, for using your voice to amplify the message regarding women and girls. I'm gonna do the show next week as well until I'm doing it. Hopefully I can have time to do every week, but like I said, we jump start on the International Women's Days, which is March 8th. So from now until March 8th, or maybe now until the end of March, we want to be able to speak about women, what women facing, what's going on, and the main topic is the displaced women. So we are almost at the end of our show. Do you have anything to add or anything that you would like to add?
I do. So because I always want to hope is my thing. All right. Let's end with something a little bit more positive. Okay. So in terms of donation, if you can help, thank you. If you don't want to help, you can help project. Okay. So when I was, when we came to the camp, what helped normalize, if you will, a little bit, maybe lack of a better word, normalize it. There's a center for children, like there's a sporting center, there's a library that can allow children to be children, even though they're not able to go to school. If there's a place where we can say, okay, you could go read there. Maybe there's for sporting, like in Caridang, we have we have concern where youth can go learn. So if you want to sponsor a project like that, reach out to Linda. She's the president of the KDOF, and you say, okay, I don't want to donate money because whatever reason, I want to donate a project. I want to donate like a basketball, whatever. Do that, because what will allow that to happen is that children will have some normalcy for at least for a couple hours a day before they return to the tent or the plastic camp or going to urinate or defecate under the tree. At least they have a few hours of normalcy. Okay, so if you want to donate it that way, and for adult too, if you could have a place where they could congregate, because I know Khmer don't really use mental health. They use whatever, but whatever helps, allow them to express, allow them. Okay, so children are resilient. This is a war that happened in a large scale. They're not being abused by their family, and that's the difference. If children are being abused by their family, it's a lot harder to heal, but they're with their family. Everyone is going through the same atrocity. So the chance of healing is greater if we allow that. But like Sita said before, it has to come quick. We need to have outlet for them. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. I also want to add something to, because this is an English show, English speaking show. I'm pleading to those who, I've seen a lot of young people nowadays, when they see something, a conflict or some sort of needing help, they act, they gather together, in the United States, wherever around the world that they are, and they raise fund to, like Bong Pauline said, to have a school, to have a center for children to express their need. Anything, if you comes up with those kind of idea, you can travel to Cambodia, but don't go through the government channel. Okay, just go directly to those camps. Just ask them to go directly to those camps and provide help direct to the people. There are, I've seen other people who doing that, and they doing that successfully. But then if you go through some sort of government official,
you won't get there.
People will not get those help directly. So, just help in any way you can. You can help them with digging a well to get water, or buy baby formula and donate to them directly. If you are not able to donate, or through the KDOF or any of us here, you can do it directly with the people over there too. So, a lot of young people I've seen doing that, not just the Khmer people. Anybody can jump in and participate in this humanitarian effort to help. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
You're muted.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, Bong. Thank you, Naming. As we close today, let us remind our audience that this is not just a crisis. This is a human emergency. At the Cambodia border tonight, women are caring for their children without safe shelter, without clean water, without basic protections. Girls are living in uncertainty, and fear. So behind every plastic shelter is a mother. Behind every number is a child. Behind is crisis. Behind this crisis are lives that deserve dignity, safety, and most of all, like Naming said, hope. Women and girls cannot wait. They need protections. They need humanitarian support, and they need the world to pay attention. When? Now. So please pay attention. Please, if you watch our show, share this and amplify the voice. Today, we are raising our voices because silence is not an option. We always say that silence is not an option. So we call on leaders, we call on humanitarian organizations and the international community to act immediately to protect displaced women and girls. So to everyone watching, share this story, raise your voice, stand with Cambodian women and girls, because when women and girls are not safe, there is no peace. And the time to act is now, not later, not tomorrow, not next month, it's now. On that note, thank you so much for joining the show. Thank you, Bangsita. Thank you, Namin, for raising your voice. Before we end, we need to share what's going on next month. I did a beginning of the I did a beginning of the show, but I'm gonna share again. So let me see.
Can I just share that, this is this is Rumdual. Rumdual is a national flower of Cambodia, and I hope that we have enough for the woman that comes on the show, because it symbolizes women's Rumdual, the national flower for women. I mean, not for women, for Cambodia.
For Cambodia.
Whoever made that is beautiful, Namin.
We should entice
Learn.
the men more.
We should learn how to do it.
We have 2 weeks. We can learn. We are
We
willing to
can.
learn.
We can appreciate when we are in pale.
And if our audience would like to purchase, would like to donate for
Yes,
us to learn how to, I'm
make
willing to learn how to make this. If any one of our audience is willing to do a donations,
You know what? I will
contribute.
make a commitment. If anyone is willing to buy at a price that we can help, I will make a commitment. We will all make a commitment because when
I will do it by my hand.
Yes, me
Handmade.
too. Me too. I probably will not be able to learn by the next 2 weeks, but I know people who can knit, who can crochet.
we have lots of women,
It can happen.
they're so tight,
Yeah.
that would help them tremendously.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping us. I appreciate you being our hostess, such a great hostess.
Yeah, thank you, Linda, for inviting us to come and talk.
No, thank you for sharing your experience. Thank you for using your voice to show the world. And also we want more women to talk about this. Because like I said, over 700,000 women women and girls affected by this displacement. So it's disproportionate compared to men. So we need to speak. We need to bring what's going on, what they are facing, so that way, even though we live in America, we speak English. That's what the purpose for the world to understand what's going on and not just hear one side of the story, like Bangsita keeps saying. On that note, please join us on March 14 and March 15 in Massachusetts. Let me put the flyer up.
Please. And people coming from all over coming from Korea, coming from Australia, at least meet them, and who knows, may bring something good for us to share.
And those who want to be on a show and talk about women, like what we've been talking about today with Linda on next week's show, drop your comment in the chat or contact Linda directly that you would like to be on a show, and she'll get you on next week's show or the week after.
I love everybody to come on my show. Please contact me. Ask this two lady. I'm very nice.
Doesn't Linda even better version of Connie Chung? Remember Connie Chung?
Yes. Now that you mentioned that.
Yes.
More youthful Connie Chung.
Not That's right. That's right.
Yes, the younger version.
Yeah, you have David, which is better than more porridge.
Okay.
Thank you.
សមាជិកនៃ សហគមន៍ខ្មែរ we call the Khmer People Congress is going to happen in Massachusetts, taking place on Saturday and Sunday, March 14 and March 15 next month. Please join us. This fly has many logos, many NGO logos. I explained it in beginning, but I just want to say it again. The Khmer People of Congress exists to bring our community together for a better Cambodia that ground in dignity, safety, accountability, and share future for our people in Cambodia. So as you can see, there's many logo. It's not accidentally, it's actually intentionally to reflect all the NGO that want to join. So if you are an NGO or you are an organization that do not see your logo on that fly, please contact us and we are more than happy to put your logo on as long as you join us. And hopefully you send in a representative to join us, because we will have an open discussions, like I said, open discussion to share our visions for Cambodia. The reason this is happening because we cannot just sit and stay still anymore. We cannot just sit and watch 1 million people got displaced where the regime stand there and does nothing and say nothing. We need to be our community. It's been silent for too long, not done enough for too long. So please send your representative, and if you would like to put your organization logo on the flyer, please contact us. We also going to make the banner. We can have your logo on the banner as well. So please contact us, join us. It's next month. You have basically 20 days to buy tickets to Massachusetts. If you are close to Massachusetts, just drive. And in March 15, it's going to be almost spring. It's going to be beautiful. So please, the tree going to have green leaf, a little bit of snow left probably, but it's going to be beautiful. So please join us Saturday and Sunday, March 14 and 15. So anything out that I'm not convincing people, I want to convince people to come. So the thing is, please join us for a better version of Cambodia, better Cambodia.
Yes, and it's going to be at the temple, at the Wat Phnom Sarai temple. And at that temple, if you have a chance to be there, there's a tree that symbolizes hope, freedom, and free spirit. Because I'm not going to give any more. I'm not going to do a spoiler alert, because you have to be there to see it. And if you don't, then after the events we'll show it.
And beautiful stream and beautiful water behind the temple, and scenery in general.
On that note, thank you so much, our audience. Please share our voice, please share this show, and also don't forget to speak up yourself too. Everybody who's watching, every woman that's watching, please use your voice. And if you don't want to use your voice, come to my show and we use our voice together. So on that note, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
ឥឡូវនេះដូចសុកខ្វាងកំពុងមានរឿងអ្នកណាចង់មកជួយខ្មែរបើហ៊ុនសែនជាអ្នកដឹកនាំប្រទេសមានតែមកសហការមើលរដ្ឋាភិបាលហ៊ុនសែនគេដឹងថារដ្ឋាភិបាលនឹងរដ្ឋាភិបាលចោលណាចង់មកធ្វើការជាមួយចោលណាចង់ការពារចោលគេអត់មកទេអញ្ចឹងដរាបណាហ៊ុនសែននៅកាន់អំណាចខ្មែរស្លាប់ហើយយើងបាត់បង់ទឹកដីហើយបរទេសមានលេសចូលមកហើយឥឡូវឃើញសៀមបាញ់អាកាស៊ីណូនឹងហ្មងគេចង់បានលេសគេថាគេមកកំទេចចោលបាញ់មកកប៉ាល់ហោះអា drone បាញ់មកឃើញឆេះមនុស្សរត់ពួកបរទេស 120000 នាក់ដែលគេបង្ខំឲ្យធ្វើការណារត់ឆ្លេឆ្លាឆោឡោពួកតម្លាក់គ្រាប់បែកអាពួកចៅថាទេឯងនៅធ្វើការឲ្យអញនៅកំចេញទៅណាតម្លាក់គ្រាប់បែកពេញណាវាធាក់ទ្វាវាបាញ់គ្នាវាទៅវាចេញរត់អតតតែអញ្ចឹងបើថារឿងនេះរឿងធំណារឿងចោលគឺធំជាងរឿងព្រំដែនទៀត ចុះបានហ៊ុនសែនមានរឿងពីរ ម្ដងទៀតណាត្រូវនិយាយឲ្យខ្មែរណាស្ទើរតែអង្វរហ៊ុនសែនថាបើហ៊ុនសែនឯងណាស្រឡាញ់ជាតិតែបន្តិចណាបើហ៊ុនសែនឯងអាណិតខ្មែរតែបន្តិចណាហ៊ុនសែនឯងចោះចេញទៅដើម្បីឲ្យខ្មែរមានតំណាងដែលស័ក្តិសមអនុវត្តសូមឲ្យអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសអានឹងរឿងហ៊ុនសែនឯងអត់ចង់បានកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសយកមកអនុវត្តនឹងរឿងផ្ទាល់ខ្លួនទេប៉ុន្តែបើអាណិតខ្មែរណាសូមឲ្យគេអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសទៅបើហ៊ុនសែនមិនចង់ហ៊ុនសែនឯងចេញទៅណាទៅប៉ុន្តែឲ្យមានរដ្ឋាភិបាលឲ្យមានតំណាងប្រទេសកម្ពុជាសូមឲ្យអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសយើងរួចខ្លួនមួយហើយរួចខ្លួនទី2ហ៊ុនសែនឯងចុះចេញទៅបើហ៊ុនសែនឯងនៅកាន់អំណាចណាគេមើលឃើញថាស្រុកខ្មែរជាស្រុកចោលដឹកនាំដោយចោលអត់មាននរណាមកជួយចោលទេហើយយើងចង់ឲ្យបរទេសអន្តរជាតិមកជួយយើងប៉ុន្តែគេអត់មកទេព្រោះមកជួយយើងដោយជួយចោលព្រោះមកជួយហ៊ុនសែនឯងហ្នឹងឲ្យហ៊ុនសែនឯងកាន់អំណាចតទៀតហ្នឹងអញ្ចឹងគេអត់មកទេអញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំនិយាយបញ្ចប់ទៅណាស្ទើរតែអង្វរហ៊ុនសែននិយាយមែនទេបើគាត់អាណិតខ្មែរស្រឡាញ់ជាតិតែបន្តិចណាគាត់ត្រូវដកខ្លួនហើយឲ្យអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសឲ្យគេមកជួយខ្មែរដោយមិនមកជួយចោលមិនមកធ្វើការមកការពារបន្តជីវិតនយោបាយឲ្យចោលដឹកនាំប្រទេសចូលដៃជាមួយអាចោលម៉ាហ្វៀឲ្យវាធ្វើអីបានតាមចិត្តដូចវាធ្វើ4 5 4 10ឆ្នាំចុងក្រោយអញ្ចឹងសូមឲ្យសម្លេងខ្ញុំនេះណាបានលឺទៅដល់ស្រុកខ្មែរគឺអ្នកនៅចិត្តស្និទ្ធជាមួយហ៊ុនសែនសូមឲ្យអង្វរហ៊ុនសែនទៅថាយើងអត់បានសុខអីខ្មែរយើងខ្ទេចហើយបើហ៊ុនសែននៅកាន់អំណាចសូមឲ្យហ៊ុនសែនចុះចេញទៅណាទៅប៉ុន្តែដើម្បីឲ្យខ្មែរបានសុខតើតែមានអ្នកដឹកនាំដែលអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសស្នើអនុវត្តកិច្ចព្រមព្រៀងទីក្រុងប៉ារីសហើយផ្ដាច់ចំណងជាមួយចៅកុំឲ្យថារដ្ឋាភិបាលខ្មែរជារដ្ឋាភិបាលចោលដោយសពថ្ងៃសូមអរគុណបាទ